Hey everyone, I'm back with a little bit of Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition news, and before I begin I have two apologies to make. One, that it's taken me so long to update you guys about this game, and two, for my really crap long hair and I cannot wait to get it cut. Anyway, Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition, it's finally, we have some more news about it. When we first got the game back in January, we got so much over the course of the first 2 weeks, like an unbelievable amount. Like if you see my other videos about it, you'll know how much I was just like constantly. And I still am like psyched about this game because it's so exciting. But there's been a few comments of people saying, any news about it? I think you're the only person on YouTube who really talks about it anymore, and so if you guys see me that way, I'm more than happy to talk about any updates that I hear about for this project. So first of all, what is going on with it? Behind the scenes there are people working on this project, which is fantastic. It's an ongoing project, and right at the start I thought this sort of thing would take months. I thought it would take months to even get to the state that we had it back in January. But what is happening? It's being decompiled is apparently what's happening. What does this mean? I had no idea, so I asked Ash, Tomb of Ash, this morning, you know, tell me like I'm 5, explain it to me, what does decompiling mean? So the reason that it's taking such a long time, and we expect it to take such a long time, because it's basically like reverse engineering a game. We have Anniversary Edition, but in its sort of current state, they don't have the code to work out how everything within the game works. When they've tried to change things in the past, you know, it's like changing random files to see what happens and to see what changes, which is a super inefficient way of doing anything to do with games. For the classic nerdy historians among you, think of the Rosetta Stone as Anniversary Edition and the source code as the languages that made the stone. They're trying to work out an entire language based on one chunk of the project. So of course it's going to take a long time, but when it's done, it will allow them to change so much about it, which is great. But the update, there is a tiny update, which is, I'm super excited about it. The other day Ash wrote on Twitter, aside from decompiling the Anniversary Edition code, Ghostblade, who was one of the people who helped us play the game in the first place, now managed to implement a Maya 7 importer. This allows us to import levels with collision, etc. into the original format, modify them, and export them back into the game. So, turning it into what is effectively a proper Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition level editor. They tested it out, and it worked, which is perfect. And this is super exciting. And before people jump ahead of the gun and start thinking, whoa, I can do everything with it, it's going to be great. I don't know how user-friendly it's going to be. I think you're going to have to know how to use Maya 7. Try as I might over the years, I have woefully failed miserably at trying to do anything in Maya. So what we can expect to see, eventually, a bit further down the line, bits will be fixed. Parts of the environments that were missing, fixed, the gaps filled in, basically the game completed. I hope, for whoever's working on it. Good luck, because it's going to be super exciting. We are gonna get a bit further down the line, a much more finished product. Once this source code has been sussed and combining it with this Maya 7 importer, it's going well. And I know I just said don't get ahead of the gun, but one thing that I think people should maybe start thinking about, if you want to get involved in this, somehow get yourself a copy of Maya 7, start learning it, learn how to use it. Because if we manage to import the level data from Anniversary Edition into Maya, and then we can change things and then put it back, which is great, and it's all well and good for fixing up that game. But what say you decide to, I don't know, change the levels completely, so when it gets put back into the game, You're not necessarily playing through caves and Vilcabamba and Lost Valley. You're playing through the Great Wall and Venice and Bartoli's Hideout. Or it's in London. Or you're suddenly playing in Nevada. For whoever's good at this, they could effectively import data, probably geometry from the other classic Tomb Raider games, heck, from any Tomb Raider game, potentially. And we could have those ports and remakes and remasters that people are so keen on these days in the Anniversary Edition engine. It's just something to think about. I know it's a long way off and I'm dreaming, but oh my god, I would love to play other Tomb Raider games in this engine because it's so fun. Anyway, that's the update. I hope I can bring you some more updates sooner rather than later. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I'm not an expert in the subject, but I can try and find people online who are, and then hopefully I can get the answers back to you. So, see you next time.